Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to the Robert Sports Show. I'm your host, Robert. Alright, NASCAR Cup Series, go bowling at the Glen. We have some news today with Kurt Busch. We got the race preview, we got playoff talk. There's going to be a lot in this episode of the Go Bowling at the Glen preview. We have 220.86 miles, 90 laps, 3 stages, 20, 20, and 50. We know road course, we know fast road course, we know the fact that Watson's Glen put on a great show. It is a high speed, it is super speedway road courses. So yeah, Kurt Busch will be missing the rest of the regular season. He announced that today via Twitter. I know everyone, first and foremost, hopefully Kurt comes back, gets well. Concussions can be a scary thing. We know it cost Dale Jr. his career. We know Dale Jr. is one of the first athletes really to say, look, there's a problem. I'm not going out there till we figure it out. So that was good. He's got the waiver. So what that means is to be eligible for the playoffs, you have to be in the top 30 in points. You have to win a race. You have to at least attempt to qualify for every race. So he had qualified for Pocono, but the doctors wouldn't let him race, but he attempted to qualify, so that race was covered. And then he has the waiver for the starting at Indy through whenever he comes back. So what that waiver does for him is as long as he is still playoff eligible, he won't lose his playoff spot. Now, I know there's been a lot of people I've seen on Twitter, a lot of people calling in NASCAR Satellite Radio. So right now we have 15 winners, including him. So if we get to 17 winners, so we have a new winner at Watkins Glen, a new winner at Daytona, 17 winners, Kurt would be typically the last one out. So now, right now, the way the points shake out, you can get a max of 120 points in the next 2 weeks. He would fall if Harrison Burton got max points in the next 2 weeks and everybody above him got a good number of points. The farthest Kurt could drop would be 29th in points. So he'd be within the top 30 as long as he's one of the top 16 in points in winners. So say we get to 16 winners. And say Michael McDowell, who is currently 26th in points, wins. He's above Kurt. Kurt gets knocked out. Now, if Kurt falls to, say, 28th in points, currently Todd Gilliland is 29th and Ty Dillon is 30th. One of them were to win, and they're behind Kurt in overall points, Kurt's in. Now, I know there's been people saying, well, if he gets a waiver through the first round of the playoffs, what does that do for the second round? So if he gets his waiver, gets him into the playoffs. So we say we end up with 16 winners, Kurt makes the playoffs. We have 3 races in that first round: Darlington, Kansas, and Bristol. You have to be in the top 12 in points at that point to move on. The bottom 4 in points get eliminated. So say Kurt misses Darlington. Say Kurt misses Kansas. He comes back at Bristol and he wins Bristol, he gets moved on. I know people are like, it's not fair, that's not fair. Yeah, but here's the thing. You win a race in the playoffs, in each round, you get automatically to the next round. The whole win and you're in. So if he misses Kansas and Darlington and wins at Bristol, he's into the next round. He misses Darlington and Kansas and finished second in Bristol. He won't have enough points to be within the top 12 to move on. What the waiver will do for him at that point, it'll let him be as high as 5th in points if he earns enough points. Because once they reset each round, once they get to the final 4, their points get reset. Everyone else that made the playoffs can basically earn points and finish between 5th and 16th in points. So if you enter, say Kurt's 28th in points, because he made the playoffs, he's guaranteed no less than 16th, but as high as 5th. So if we get 2 new winners and there's 17 winners, and that 17th winner is not behind Kurt Busch in the playoffs, it solves itself. So right now, the playoff field: Chase Elliott, Ryan Blaney's in on points. Kyle Larson, Ross Chastain, Joey Logano, Christopher Bell, Kevin Harvick, Kyle Busch, William Byron, Alex Bowman, Danny Hamlin, Daniel Suarez, Tyler Reddick, Austin Cindric, Chase Briscoe, Kurt Busch. Those are our 16. Martin Truex Jr. is 26 points behind Ryan Blaney. Those are the only two drivers that can point their way in based on the number of points that are left. As of right now, Chase Elliott has a 116-point lead for the regular season championship. So, if Chase Elliott gets 4 points, it could be in stage 1, it could be stage 2, it could be the race. As long as he gets at least 4 points, he will guarantee winning the regular season title. If he leaves Watkins Glen with a 60-point lead or higher, he automatically wins the regular season, no matter what Ryan Blaney does. Now, if Chase Elliott in the next 2 races finishes dead last, Ryan Blaney wins both stages and finishes second in each race, Ryan Blaney still mathematically could win the regular season championship without winning a race. That would be fun. That would technically, right now, wouldn't do anything to Kurt, but if we had a 16th winner and then Ryan Blaney was able to win the regular season, Kurt would be out. So, because of the Kurt Busch situation, nobody is going to be out of the playoffs except for Kurt if we have 2 more winners. So we kind of know the playoffs. Unless 2 new winners pop up, we kind of know the playoffs at this point. Now, for all the people that hate the playoffs, people do. Ryan Blaney's second in points, Martin Truex Jr. is 4th. Martin Truex Jr. could finish 3rd in points at the end of the regular season, so you're 2nd and 3rd in points, could miss the playoffs. From 1971 through 2003, so we're talking the modern era of NASCAR before the playoff, in 33 years, 13 times the champion won the title before the last race of the year. That is 39% of the time. So, yeah. So, from 1971 through 2003, 13 times in that 33 years, the champion won the championship with multiple races left in the regular season, in the season. So, like, for instance, this year, Homestead is the 3rd from the last race. In the past, there's people at 3rd from the last race of the year have been winning championships, wrapping it up with 2 races left. Hell, I think one year Dale Earnhardt wrapped up with almost 3 races left. In the playoff era, 2004 through 2016, pre-stage racing, of those 13 years, without the playoffs, 4 times the champion would have won with multiple races left. In the current format with stage racing, the knockout, and everything from 2017 on, without the playoffs, 2 out of the last 5 years, the champion would have won with races left in the season. But because we have the playoffs, we don't crown a champion until that last race of the year. And every year we've had the knockout version of the playoffs, you've had to win the last race to win the championship. I wanted to say, I don't care how many winners we end up with 17 winners. Kurt Busch misses the playoffs. Ryan Blaney, Martin Truex, 2nd and 3rd, they missed the playoffs. I don't care. This is if you want to do win and you're in, this is how you have to do it. There's no, well, you win and you're in unless you finish in the top 10 in points and then you're in. So then we have, 20 people in the playoffs, but we get down and we eliminate 8 in the first round. No. Simplify it. Let's just like we have it. They should have won. All right. So last year at Watkins Glen, first off, Hendrick Motorsports has won 3 straight races at Watkins Glen. 2018, 2019, Chase Elliott, and 2021, Kyle Larson. So last year, Joey Logano won stage 1, Martin Truex Jr. stage 2. The top 10 was Kyle Larson, Chase Elliott, Martin Truex Jr., Kyle Busch, Denny Hamlin, William Byron, Christopher Bell, Kevin Harvick, Chase Briscoe, Tyler Reddick. The last 2 races at Watkins Glen, which is 2019 and 2021, because of 2020, we did not race in New York because of COVID protocols. In the last 2 races, Chase Elliott is a 1.5 average finish with a win. Martin Truex Jr., 2.5. Denny Hamlin, 4.0. Kyle Larson, 4.0 with a win. Christopher Bell, 7.0. Kevin Harvick and Kyle Busch, 7.5. Chase Briscoe, 9.0. Ryan Blaney, 9.5. Tyler Reddick, 10.0. And the last, so for the 4 road course races this year, so the next gen car, the 4 road course races that we have, which was COTA, Sonoma, Road America, and Indy. Austin Cindric has averaged a 5.5 average finish. Michael McDowell, 8.0. Chase Elliott, 8.25. Ross Chastain, 9.75 with a win. Christopher Buescher, 9.75. Tyler Reddick, 10.5 with 2 wins. Ryan Blaney, 12.2. Kevin Harvick, 14.5. Daniel Suarez, 14.5 and a win. And Alex Bowman, 15.5. If we look at road courses over the last 2 years, and we separate the road courses, so we know Indy and Charlotte are the Roval. We use part of the Speedway at Indy. Daytona last year, we used part of the Speedway. So if you separate the true road courses from the Speedway road courses, on the actual road courses, which is COTA, Sonoma, Road America, Watkins Glen, last year and this year, Chase Elliott in 7 races averaged 2.85 with 2 wins. On the Roval type tracks with Daytona, Charlotte, and Indy, averaged 14.0. Ross Chastain, 6.0 on the everyday road courses for the win, 29.5 on the Rovals. Kyle Larson, 9.5, 2 wins. On the Roval, 17.25. Ryan Blaney, 12.0 on the true road courses. Tyler Reddick, 12.4 with a win. Alex Bowman, 12.7. Christopher Buescher, 13.2. Chase Briscoe, 13.5. And Martin Truex, 13.7. If you're wondering why I'm calling him Christopher Buescher, if you haven't heard, he had put a thing out on Twitter. If he had so many likes in an hour, he would change the name on the car this week to Christopher. It blew up. I mean, he got like triple the what he was asking for. So he changed the name on everything to Christopher this week, which he said his mom is ecstatic about that. So playoffs got a little bit more simpler here. 16 winner. If we have 2 more winners, Kurt Busch is out. The 2 winners are in. No winner will miss the playoffs except for Kurt Busch. Ryan Blaney may be the only one pointing his way in. We'll see what happens in the next 2 weeks. So my 4 picks. I've been doing 4 picks all year. I am 6-20 in the Cup Series this year. 11-10 in Xfinity. 10-8 in the Truck Series. So my 4 picks in the Cup Series. It's a road course. He's won 2 out of the last 3. You gotta go with Chase Elliott. The man that's won, was he won back-to-back road courses? Yes, the man that's won back-to-back road courses, Tyler Reddick. Then I'm going Christopher Buescher. The fact he changed it to Christopher this week, I think it's kind of cool. If he wins, he needed to leave it. So Christopher Buescher is my 3rd pick. I'm going with Michael McDowell. Career season for him. He's currently 26th in points, but the only reason he's 26th in points is, where's he at? Because he had was that a 100-point penalty he had this year? Yeah, he had a 100-point penalty. So if you give the 100 points back to him, that gives him 493. That puts him 21st in points. And otherwise, he's 26. So, just like with Brad Keselowski, you give him the 100 points back. 493 puts him 20th in points. So, this has been a career year for Michael McDowell. He won the 500 last year and made the playoffs. Can he win the road course or Daytona and make the playoffs? But those are my 4 picks. So the Go Bowling at the Glen preview. 4-pick winners: Chase Elliott, Tyler Reddick, Christopher Buescher, Michael McDowell. We know Kurt Busch has the waiver for the rest of the regular season. He done said he would miss them. if we get to 17 winners, so 2 more winners in the next two different winners in the next 2 weeks, Kurt is out. Otherwise, Kurt will be in the playoffs. Simple as that. Now, if the person wins is behind Kurt Busch in the points, then they're out and Kurt's still in. Otherwise, it'll take care of himself. The lowest he can fall in points, if people max points, is 27th. So the only people that could win to be behind him would be Harrison Burton, Todd Gilliland, and Ty Dillon. I'm sorry, but very highly unlikely. So yeah, so two different winners, Kurt's out. Otherwise, Kurt's in. See what the playoffs bring. Thanks for watching Robert Sports Show. Don't just have a great day. Have a spiffy day. Robert Sports Show, your YouTube leader in sports talk content.